This is a poem called Lasca by Frank Despres. I want free life, and I want fresh air, and I sigh for the canter of the cattle, the crack of the whips like shots in a battle, the medley of horns and hoofs and heads that wars and wrangles and scatters and spreads, the green beneath and the blue above, and dash and danger and life and love. And Lasca used to ride on a mouse-gray Mustang close by my side. With blue serape and bright-belled spur, I laughed with joy as I looked at her. Little knew she of books or creeds, an Ave Maria sufficed her needs. Little she cared, save to be by my side, from San Saba's shore to La Vaca's tide. She was bold as the billows that beat, she was wild as the breezes that blow. From her little head to her little feet, she was swayed in her suppleness to and fro. By each gust of passion, a sapling pine is like this Lasca, this love of mine. She would hunger that I might eat, would take the bitter and leave me the sweet. But once, when I made her jealous for fun, at something I'd whispered or looked or done, one Sunday in San Antonio, to a glorious girl in the Alamo, she drew from her garter a dear little dagger, and sting of a wasp, it made me stagger. An inch to the left or an inch to the right, and I shouldn't be maundering here tonight. But she sobbed, and sobbing so swiftly bound her torn reboso about the wound, that I quite forgave her. Scratches don't count in Texas down by the Rio Grande. The air was heavy and the night was hot. I sat by her side and forgot that the herd was taking their rest, forgot that the air was close oppressed, that the Texas norther comes sudden and soon in the dead of night or the blaze of noon, that once let the herd at its breath take fright, nothing on earth can stop the flight, and woe to the rider and woe to the steed who falls in front of their mad stampede. Was that thunder? I grasped the cord of my swift Mustang without a word. I sprang to the saddle, and she clung behind. Away on a hot chase down the wind, but never was fox hunt half so hard, and never was steed so little spared, for we rode for our lives, and you shall hear how we fared in Texas down by the Rio Grande. The Mustang flew, and we urged him on. There was one chance left, and you have but one. Halt, jump to the ground, and shoot your horse. Crouch under his carcass and take your chance. And if the steers in their frantic course don't batter you both to pieces at once, you may thank your star. If not, goodbye. To the quickening kiss and the long-drawn sigh, and the open air and the open sky, in Texas, down by the Rio Grande. The cattle gained on us, and just as I felt for my old six-shooter behind my belt, down came the Mustang, and down came we, clinging together, and what was the rest? A body that spread itself across my breast, two arms that shielded my dizzy head, two lips that hard on my lips were pressed. Then came thunder in my ears, as over a surge the sea of steers, blows that beat blood into my eyes, and when I could rise, Lasca was dead. I gouged out a grave a few feet deep, and there in earth's arms I laid her to sleep. And there she is lying, and no one knows, and the summer shines and the winter snows, and the little gray hawk hangs aloft in the air, and the sly coyote trots here and there, and I wonder why I do not care, for the things that are, like the things that were. Does half my heart lie buried there, in Texas, down by the Rio Grande?